Hi, I'm Diana, Communications Assistant for the City of Enid, and special guest with me on today for another COVID-19 live update is Rob Houston, Communications Coordinator for Visit Enid. Rob, thank you for being on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Rob. So COVID-19 has been specifically harsh for the tourism and entertainment business. So how has COVID-19 and the shelter in place affected Enid and the state?
It's affected everybody,
Right.
honestly. But as far as the travel and tourism industry goes, yeah, no, people aren't traveling right now. So what our studies are showing is that people want to travel, but it's not safe as of right now, and we don't know exactly for sure when it will be safe. So what our office has been doing is kind of looking ahead and planning forward to that day when it can happen, when people can actually start traveling.
And how has the pandemic affected Visit Enid specifically?
Well, the Welcome Center's closed. It's been closed since Mayor Pankinen signed that emergency proclamation back in the end of March. So we have been working remotely. We've been watching an awful lot of webinars, keeping up to date with the travel and tourism industry, seeing what those trends are and what those studies are showing, so we can be as prepared as possible so that when it is deemed safe to travel, we'll be ready, and we're trying to be proactive instead of reactive. We're putting some things in place now that when it is safe to travel, we'll let people know that we're open for business.
Now let's see a clip about your board that you have outside of a Visit Enid. Now, what has Visit Enid been doing to keep the community updated? I know there's a lot of information on your website.
Right, exactly. And going back to that clip just real quick, we wanted to show people, if they were driving by the Welcome Center, that that's a place, that bulletin board is typically a place where we put event posters, and we let people know these are things coming up. Well, obviously a lot of things have been canceled. We don't know when they're going to get started again, so we wanted to put something up there that says, hey, we're all in this together. Our community, our state, our nation, we're all in this together. And we just wanted to let people know that we're doing this for the right reasons now, so when it is time to come back and it is deemed safe to travel, we have a lot of fun things going on. So we had the saying on the one side, and then a lot of fun pictures on the other side saying Visit Enid later. And that's been kind of our message to the folks that we're trying to put out right now.
So the goal of Visit Enid is to announce when it is safe to travel, when it is safe to reopen. What is the goal?
No, we're not going to be the ones to announce it.
Okay.
But that's up to the governor, and that's up to the mayor. So when that does happen, we're taking steps to be ready, so we will be able to then let folks know, yes, our mayor, our governor has said it is safe to travel, and Enid is open for business, and we have a lot of restaurants that have been doing great work so far, but we want people to go into the restaurants and into our shops, into our attractions, but we'll do that when it's time, when we are told, by the governor, by the mayor, that it is safe to come back to Enid.
Now, in the midst of COVID-19, we have certainly seen a creativity in the way that entertainment is being done in Enid. Can you tell me a little bit about the Zoom backgrounds in Enid?
I wish I could say that was my original idea. It's not. Several communities have done this. They've taken different cityscapes of their community and they have made them into Zoom meeting backgrounds. And we have some of those available on our website. I made 6 of them. Stride Bank Center, Cherokee Strip Regional Heritage Center, Leonardo's Children's Museum, a couple of public art pieces, and David Allen Memorial Ballpark. And the Zoom meetings are kind of we didn't use them very much before this all started. Now we're using them, and we're talking about new normals that are going to be happening. And my guess is Zoom meetings are going to happen a lot more often than they did a month, 6 weeks ago. And so why not put something that says Enid in the background behind you, so you can kind of show off your city and show off your city pride when you're attending some of these Zoom meetings. And we have those available on our website, visitenid.org, where you can download those, put them on your computer, and then you can upload those to Zoom.
Now, there's a lot of information on your website, like I said. Now, tell me a little bit about the Guardian of the Chisholm Trail.
Okay, Guardian of the Chisholm Trail, this is the video that we did back in 2011 or 2012. Not exactly sure, but right in that time frame. And we wanted to let people know that, the Chisholm Trail came through Enid. And of course, the Guardian of the Chisholm Trail was Bob Clemmy. And so we got him involved in this project. We got a family together, and it was kind of like a Sunday drive. And they ran across Bob tending to one of his markers, and ended up learning a lot of history about the Chisholm Trail. And what this video shows is some of the different places in Garfield County and also in Hennessy where the Chisholm Trail crossed, and some of the historic stories that were behind that. And we put this back out, and we made it available via our YouTube channel so that people looking for something to do while they maintain their social distancing, they could do this. They could watch the video, and then they could maybe go to some of these places that Bob mentions in the video.
Now, there will definitely be a before and after COVID-19 about doing many things, especially traveling and entertainment. Now, tell me a little bit about 4 More. For viewers that do not know what 4 More is, what that is, and what creative twist you added to it in the midst of COVID-19.
Well, 4 More is a weekly video that we were doing with your department, actually, with the communications department, which we are so thankful for you and your team here, because you've helped Visit Enid out tremendously. So public thank you for that. But 4 More is 4 more reasons to visit Enid this week. I wanted to not limit it to just 4, because there's some weeks where we might have 6, 7, 8 different events going on. And so with the help of Dane and AJ here in the communications department, we would film weekly videos that would air on our website, or not on our website, on our social media, on Facebook and Instagram, talking about the 4 or more reasons to come to Enid this week. Typically, they were event-based. We would occasionally put in, things like the Heritage Center or the Railroad Museum or Leonardo's, but typically it was event-driven. Before Mayor Pankinen signed the order to close businesses, we then came up with the idea to do a driving tour to where one of them was public art, a couple of public art pieces in town, and the other was places listed on the National Register of Historic Places for their architecture, because we have a lot of very unique architecture here in Enid. So with Dane and AJ's help again, we were able to just get into my pickup, and we drove around and filmed a couple of videos that talked about those things, again, so you can maintain your social distancing and still see some of the neat things that Enid has to offer.
And let's play that clip right now.
Coming up here, we're going to go past one of my favorite murals in all of Enid. It's the Butterfly Project that was done by Rick Sinnett back in 2016. It's just so fun, lots of vibrant colors, and you just smile when you drive by it. It just puts you in a good mood as you're coming into the downtown area.
And there is another clip that you did, and can you tell me a little bit about that? We can go ahead and play it, and you can say.
Okay.
Right there as you walk up to the front door, and then all the columns that are around it that kind of go around the porch. That porch completely wraps around about 2/3 of each side and then the entire front of the house. Truly one of the houses for the upper class in Enid back in the late 1900s, early 1910s.
That was the historic places tour, the architecture tour, and that we're referring to as the McChristie Knox Mansion in the 1400 block of West Broadway, which was, again, the crown jewel of houses that were built back in that late 1900, early 1910 period. The first one was the public art. We did the butterfly mural. Wow, I shouldn't have gone there. We did the new mural at Big Country Meat Market with the longhorn on it, and I'm sorry, I've slept since then. I don't remember exactly what they were, but these videos are available on our website at visitenid.org. If you want to go back on our Facebook page and scroll back down, you'll find them there also.
Thank you, Rob. Now, creativity and innovation will play a huge factor when it comes to keeping people healthy and safe, as businesses in Enid and businesses all over the state are working on reopening strategies. Are you working with businesses and other community leaders on reopening strategies?
We are working closely with our attractions, the Cherokee Strip Regional Heritage Center, Leonardo's Children's Museum. We have been in contact with the Oklahoma Museums Association because both those are members of that. And I know that Jake at the Heritage Center is part of that committee to work on reopening strategies. Leonardo's has specific things they're going to have to look at because they're a hands-on arts and science museum for kids. So, hands-on is, not going to be real good right now. I think eventually we may get back there, but again, we just don't know with what the new normal is going to be. But we have, as of right now, we have the Oklahoma Museums Association State Conference scheduled to come to Enid in September. And as of now, we are still planning for that meeting to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. But Marcy Jarrett, our director, has been in contact with the head of the Museums Association, and we actually have another meeting scheduled with Jake and with Tracy at Leonardo's tomorrow, where we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about a lot of strategies for what we're going to do when it's time and when it's safe to travel again.
Absolutely. Now, Visit Enid has been working on an I Can't Wait project. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Again, I wish I could take credit as like this was my sole idea. It's not. The best ideas are always taken from somebody else. But another community on the East Coast did a series called When This Is Over. And they interviewed a lot of residents around their city. And and basically it said, when this is over, I want to do this. And it could be go shopping. It could be eat, in a restaurant instead of doing carry out. It could be take my kids to the splash pads or the park. Could have been a lot of things. So we adapted that. I saw that, fell in love with it. I immediately showed it to Dane and Derek, and they were like, yeah, this is a great idea. So via Zoom, we contacted some people, asked if they would be willing to participate, and we put to them, when this is over, I can't wait to blank, and then they would fill in the blank, and then I would ask them a few questions as kind of a follow-up. And so we've come up with the first I Can't Wait video, which we're going to show here in just a minute or two. But I'm excited about it. It turned out really well and got a lot of positive response. I have others that are still contacting me, so maybe we'll make another one.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I think so. Now, is the purpose of I Can't Wait to draw awareness that as a community, we are all eager to get to a familiar level of normal, and that we are all eager and hopeful to do the things that maybe we took for granted, like sitting down at our favorite restaurant here in Enid, or being able to watch a movie. And is that to bring a sense of relativity with community coming together, that, you know, we all have the same feeling that we can't wait for this to be over.
Like I say, we're all in this together. And what the purpose of this is, to me, one of the main goals of it was to be able to let people know outside of our city that we are going to be open for business. And when we are, we've got a lot of cool things going on. We've got a lot of great restaurants. We've got a lot of great shopping with some of our local boutiques. We have, you know, great attractions to come to, and we want you to come. So the goal of our video is, I'm hoping that people will take this and share it on their social media pages as well. We're getting ready to show it, and as soon as we're done here, I'm going to release it on our Visit Enid Facebook page and Instagram page. And I'm hoping that you'll share this video and we get this thing spread. You know, if a lot of residents share this video with their friends, then this will, one of the number one reasons for traveling when back in the old normal days, and I'm sure it's still going to be the same when we get started again, is what we call VFR, which is visiting friends and relatives. So let's put this out there. Let's show how proud we are of Enid and the very cool things that we have to do here. And then they'll see this, their friends will see this, and we're hoping that that'll help bring people here.
Great. And now let's watch that clip now.
When this is over, I cannot wait to go sit in a restaurant and eat.
You know, carry-out's fine, but it's kind of different when you just get to be there and be in the restaurants.
Restaurant I'm most looking forward to is probably El Patio. Chips and queso and fajitas. I miss my chips and queso though, really bad.
Favorite place?
She calls El Patio her favorite place.
Because
it is her
favorite.
I miss all of the events and activities.
First Friday events, those are always so exciting.
Also, I can't wait for the splash pads to open back up. My kids are going stir crazy in the house.
When this is over, I can't wait to welcome the families back to Leonardo's. The animals in the Critter Clubhouse and the staff at Leonardo's really miss our families.
Leonardo's.
They love Leonardo's.
We miss the noise. We miss the giggles.
I can't wait to go to Leonardo's.
We have all sorts of fun things planned.
Some of the little boutiques I think are doing a great job, like Posh by Haley and Turquoise Boutique, doing curbside and delivery. But I can't wait to go in and just visit with those girls and do a little shopping.
I can't wait to open up Cherokee Ranch Land and Cattle Company. I can't wait to get this open and serve you.
I miss going over to David Allen and just sitting there and watching even summer baseball.
When this is over, I can't wait to get a haircut.
That is a very neat.
I agree. I agree with him there. I'm ready for a haircut.
Everybody is definitely ready.
But I think that captures a lot of the feelings of a lot of our citizens. And I'd really like to ask if you're seeing this and you want to help and you would like to participate. I do want to put another video together. So please contact me. My email is rob@visitenid.org, or just leave a comment here on the Facebook Live page, and I'll be happy to reach out to you. We can set up a Zoom meeting, and we can do this again. I'd like to do at least one more of these, as I think they're appropriate. I think it's just a fun way to say, hey, we're doing the things we need to do, but when it's safe, when it's ready for people to come, we're ready for you.
Definitely. We are ready, Rob. We are. Now, how can the community of Enid stay up to date with Visit Enid?
Visitenid.org is our website. We have a page on our homepage. It's a COVID-19 update page, basically, where we have put together the list of restaurants that are open and how they're serving, of their hours, and we have links to their Facebook pages, because I can't keep up with all the specials that they all do all the time, but I have a link to the Facebook page so you can see all the restaurants, and you can see, you can click there on the Facebook pages, and you can see exactly when they're open and what they're doing to serve their customers. And again, a tip of the cap to our restaurant owners.
Correct.
They've taken a major hit, but they're still wanting to serve our community, and it is very much appreciated. So we have the COVID-19 page. Also, below the restaurants, we have a list of the events that have been either postponed or canceled. And if they're postponed, a lot of them might have a rescheduled date. And so we have those on there as well. I know the Stride Bank Center's had to cancel several concerts and events, but they've announced new dates for that, and so we have those listed on that page as well, like you see there right below the restaurant listing. So we're doing that. We're also just trying to keep people up to date on Visit Enid's Facebook page and our Twitter and our Instagram.
And thank you, Rob. Thank you, Visit Enid, for still keeping the community informed, working remotely, and doing the best that you can to still serve the community. It's such a great thing that you guys are doing.
Well, just in conclusion, I appreciate that. And all the studies, I just watched a webinar right before I came down to the studio here this morning, and everything is saying this is temporary. So we have two benchmarks to look at. We have 9/11 to look at, and we have the financial crisis of 08, 09 to look at. And in both of those cases, travel happened again. It's going to happen slowly. It's going to happen shorter distances. People are going to drive. They're not going to fly, at least not right away, but they're going to get in their car and they might drive a couple, 3 hours to go do something that's close by. They're not going to be out as long. They might come for 2 or 3 days as opposed to a full week. But those things are going to happen. Drive markets are really going to benefit, if you can say benefit, but they're going to be the ones that kind of recover first. And that's Enid. We're 2 hours away from Oklahoma City, Tulsa, or Wichita, or less than that. And so we're, like I say, when it's time, when the governor and our mayor says it's time, we will be ready, and we're trying to get that messaging out. And so, so the studies are good as good as they can be anyway, for when this is over. To have people return, and they're going to get in their cars and they're going to go someplace.
Thank you, Rob. We don't have any relative questions online. Do you have any last comments? I know that you mentioned a movie that was made in Enid that's being released. Yeah,
let's have some good news, okay? To the Stars is going to be released tomorrow. It's going to be released via video streams like Amazon, Apple TV, iTunes. I'm not sure of all of the places, but this was a movie that was filmed in and around the Enid area. It was released at the 2019 Sundance Film Festival, and the reviews it's gotten has been really good so far from the people that saw it at Sundance. And it's debuted here in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, and we had a showing of it here last summer. And so the movie is going to actually be released. It was picked up by Samuel Goldwyn Films, and it's going to be released tomorrow. So look for that. Like I say, Amazon, I wish I had them all. Amazon, Apple TV, iTunes, Fandango Now, Vudu, and I think there's one more. I can't remember the other one. But on your streaming services, look for it. It's called To the Stars. It was filmed in a lot of places, just a little bit here in Enid, but mostly smaller towns around Enid. And the movie hubbed out of Enid. So we're very excited to see this finally released. So look for that tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for joining us. And if anything else changes, you want have another I Can't Wait project, we will be happy to release that here. And so to close out, this is our COVID-19 update. So please join us tomorrow for another COVID-19 live update with the Garfield County Health Department. We will be keeping businesses up to date with changes. Now information is more fluid now with Governor Stitt issuing reopening phases. So we will be in communication with the public on what the city of Enid is doing to transition Enid and businesses to reopening. So we'll keep you up to date, and thank you for watching.